Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. It's the middle of July and today we're going to fish Wisconsin's deepest inland lake.
Hey, John Gillespie!
This is phenomenal. Massive Slavosaurus Big Butt Muscalungo. Hey guys, I got an 11 pounder. Look at that thing, man. Oh no. Look at the tummy on that thing.
That's a buddy. That's a toad.
Yes, folks, a humid, cloudy day in mid-July, and we're up on a lake that I haven't fished in 3 or 4 years, Matt. This is Big Green Lake, and it's near Berlin, Wisconsin, actually. And this is the deepest lake in the state of Wisconsin. And I think what I like about fishing this lake, Matt, is there's so many different species to go after, right?
Yeah, John, being a couple hundred feet, there's lake trout, panfish, largemouth, smallmouth, northern pike, walleye, it has everything.
And the neat thing is, too, you can fish the deep water for the lake trout, and you got a lot of weed edges that you can concentrate on for your other game fish.
Yeah, there's some great offshore stuff out here, very good weed edges mixed in with rock. I like the rock and weed out here.
So many different kinds of fish here, I don't know where to start, do you?
I know, I think,
let's just try something.
Let's do it.
All right, hey folks, we got Henry Abbott, our buddy, with us today. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We'll show you what we're using and how we're using it, all of that coming up right after this.
Hey folks, Ryan the photographer here, and this weekend we're going camping, and easily the headquarters of our campsite is the Clam Quickset Screen Shelter. It is the center of everything that we do. It's screened in, there's 94 square feet, so it easily fits an 8-foot picnic table, and it keeps all the bugs out. And it sets up in under a minute. So you can get set up, get everything else going, and then enjoy your time around the fire. For more information on the entire line of Clam Quickset shelters, visit clamoutdoors.com.
You have a choice, turf or surf. It's fishing season. Welcome to the outdoors. We're baiting, casting, drifting, and limiting out. The outdoors never felt so good. Catch, release, and keepers. The outdoors never tasted so good. It's fishing season. We are outdoors. Mills Fleet Farm.
Hey folks, Yamaha and Mills Fleet Farm have teamed up to give away a brand new Kodiak 700. The Kodiak 700 is an awesome machine with an unbeatable mix of performance, workability, and real-world value, starting at only $69.99. Folks, there's 3 ways to enter. You can enter at any Mills Fleet Farm, you can enter online at GillespieFishing.com, or you can text to enter at 797979.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole other level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
Hey, welcome back, folks. I'll tell you what, we got cloud cover and a little drizzle going on today. We're going to start out, I guess, working some of the breaks and some of the shorelines for both smallmouth and largemouth. And Matt, when you got this kind of cloud cover, the fish can actually be out on top of the weed flats rather than under the piers and stuff, right?
Yeah, a lot of times you can catch them right on top of the weeds instead of versus being buried in the weeds, John.
Well, that didn't take you long, did it?
No, about the 5th cast, John.
Yeah, and actually you had a smaller bass on it than you caught before.
Boy, there's nothing like catching smallmouth in the summertime, boy.
That is fun. And that's one thing that Big Green has always had a reputation for smallmouth, hasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it has, John, for sure.
Yeah,
boy,
that's
they just
a nice
pull.
Fish.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
And that was on what?
I'm drop shotting the weenie worm, and one trick is having a longer lead. I like to have a longer leader on my drop shot in clear water, and it doesn't get any clearer than Big Green.
Another one, Matty?
Yeah, hooked up, John.
And that's again on the drop shot. Here he comes.
Yeah, boy, them smallmouth pull.
That's the fun thing, you know. And these fish are not, they're actually on a weed flat. Is that the deal, Matt?
Yep, we're fishing a point here, John. There's a flat off this point, and right when that first break, I like to say, kind of that 10 to 15 zone, there's scattered weeds out here, and there's nothing better than you got a nice west wind blowing on it, so.
Nice fatties, huh?
Yeah, fatties, and boy, those brown ones pull.
Hey, Henry Abbott's getting into the action now. My big buddy Henry. Ooh, this is a nice smallmouth coming in here. Okay, here he is, and nice job, man. And that's only about a pound-and-a-half fish, but the fight, huh? I mean, Henry, seriously.
Oh yeah, no, good fight.
Yep. And that's interesting, Matt. You know, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, how bass school up in the summer.
Yeah, we've been fishing a 10-yard area, and that's 3 in a row.
Here we go, Matt. I'll tell you, I'm glad you switched me over to that drop shot, buddy. That was the first cast with a drop shot.
Nice work.
Yeah, and that's fun, folks. Not a real big fish, but I'll tell you what, folks. The middle of July, to be able to be catching smallmouth in the middle of the day is a lot of fun. And that drop shot, folks, is such a neat way to do it, you know, very small fish. But we'll show that drop shot again in a second. This is one after another, Matt.
This is
It really
awesome.
is. I mean, folks, I'll tell you what. I mean, I just caught a teeny one, and let's see what Henry's got here.
This is a nice fish here. This is a good, solid smallmouth, John.
Now, explain what Henry's using there. He's not drop shotting.
Yeah, he's just taking that. He's just fishing a wacky, the weenie worm, John, the finesse worm on the bottom, and just sitting there and just shaking it. And you can also fish it with the wacko jig, so it's down on the bottom. As this wind picks up, you might have to switch to a jig so it stays down.
I moved up here with you because I want to watch your rhythm with that, the way you're drop shotting.
Right. I mean, I can't put any more tension with 8-pound Seagar on this thing right now, so he'll bust it. And he's not a giant, but they pull so hard.
Oh, that's the fun of fishing.
You gotta have your drag set. Oh, there he is.
Now that size fish, folks, is putting up that kind of a battle. You know, that really is amazing,
It is.
isn't it, Matt?
Doesn't get any better. Doesn't
But
get any
the
better.
rhythm of how you're doing this is important, to, you know, to show the folks. And unhook him, and we'll show the drop shot.
Sounds good.
You have certainly proven to me over the last couple of years how effective the drop shot can be, especially in the middle of summer. So what you have is just, what's this thing called again?
Yep, that's the 4-inch weenie worm, drop shot worm.
Okay, so and you got that hooked onto the main line.
Yep.
Then you go down and you got your sinker about 2.5 feet down. So when you cast that out, the sinker sits on the bottom and your Kalen's weenie worm is just there and you shake it, huh?
Yep, suspend it off the bottom, keep a tight line, don't lift the sinker off, and just shake it, shake it, stop it, and it drives them nuts.
All right, cast out, and I want to show the folks now, you don't want to fish this too fast either. It's very important to fish it slow in the summertime. Okay, now you're on the bottom. What do you do, man?
Yep, so I have my rod up at a 45-degree angle so I can feel, and the only time I reel, John, is to pick up the slack to keep the line tight.
Okay.
You don't over-reel. People over-reel all the time, and I can feel it, and I shake it like this. I'm keeping my rod at about a 3-inch area up and down, and then I hold it. And then see how I'm moving the reel?
Right.
Keeping the line tight. Shake it, stop it, and all of a sudden you feel thunk.
And when you feel the thunk, set it.
Set the wood to them.
Here we go, Matt, back of the boat. We switched gears a little bit, folks. Moved out to a deep weed edge. I might need the Frable here, Henry. There's a nice smallmouth, almost. There you go, Henry. Just pass him right back here. Yeah, folks, you know, this deep weed edge deal that we've been talking about the last couple of weeks on the show is definitely key in the middle of summer. And when you take a look at the Humminbird, folks, we're actually sitting in 17 feet of water. And Matt, when you cast 15 yards in, it's completely heavy matted weeds, isn't it?
Yep, John, the best way to find it is start shallow, drive your boat out, and as soon as that wall of weeds stop, that's where you want to set up and start casting right down that weed edge.
So it's not uncommon to find bass and pike and walleye in that 17 feet altogether.
All game fish are going to be out there eating.
Well, I got something bigger on here, Matt. Got something bigger on here. Look at the rod bending, buddy. Look at the rod bending. If this is a pike, folks, it feels pretty darn big, man. It had that kind of tick hit, too.
Yep.
All right, wow, this is fun, folks.
This is known to have some big pike along these weed lines.
Well, this has got some weight to it. Henry, you gonna be ready there for me, buddy?
I'm ready.
Okay, I haven't seen him yet. Here he comes.
Nice,
Oh, yeah,
big
that's
pike.
a big fish,
Big
man.
pike.
Oh, that's a dandy, man. That is a beautiful fish. Nice job there. Hey, Henry, bring him in, pal. That is a gorgeous, Matt, come on, put it on spot lock and come back here. I want to talk a little bit about the weight of this fish. And Matt, you're good at grabbing these, but I want the folks to see the build on this thing.
Yeah.
You know, look at that. Look at the build. Hold them out. Yeah, I mean, that is a gorgeous build. And that's one of the reasons that you like to work these deep weed edges. It's not only bass.
Oh yeah, walleyes, northerns, largemouth, smallmouth. I mean, right now you can tell by looking at his stomach, John, he just ate probably 2 or 3 bluegills out here.
And that was on that, what is that again?
That's a green shiner jerk minnow.
Do I even have to ask you what that is?
Nope.
And folks, on a 1/4 ounce jig head, and when you're fishing pike on a weed edge, I give it longer rips so they can see that from a long way away when it's going back down.
Yeah,
you know?
you want it to clear the weeds.
But look at the tummy there.
Oh, nice fish.
Isn't that a beautiful northern pike?
Beauty.
You know, guys go to Canada to catch that.
Oh,
How
yeah.
long is that? About 33, 34?
Yeah, 33, 34 inch fish and thick.
Yeah, that's nice, buddy. Yeah, let her go. But that is so much fun, folks. And again, man, it goes back to our theories of fishing these deep weed edges, 17, 18, 19, 20 feet of water, adjacent to the wall of weeds.
Yep, and you can see, look for, you're not necessarily gonna mark all kinds of game fish, but mark the bluegills, mark the minnows. You can see the balls on your graph, and when the bait's there, at some point they're gonna bite.
And another way to do this too is that you don't have to use the artificials. You can just use your bow mount and slowly troll with big chubs too.
Oh yeah,
water,
get a
right?
circle hook so you're not gut hooking fish, clean hooks in the corners, and it's fun.
But so that 15 to 20 feet of water.
It's magical, nice
Was that
fish.
a nice fish?
Beautiful fish.
What do you got down there, man? Oh, here he is.
He's
You
a
got
jumper.
Another smallmouth.
Nice smallie.
Now, we figured on this weed edge we'd be getting largemouth. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, pulled up and I said, oh, we're gonna catch some largemouth along here. In the second cast, I catch a smallmouth. Look at that.
But you know, when we talked at the top of the program, there's both in here, but there are good largemouth, huh?
Oh yeah, the next spot we're gonna go to, I'll be shocked if we don't see some largemouth, John.
Another one, but for Matty B. Ooh,
John.
Matt. Oh, there
baby.
we go. You got a Henry. You
Tw-
gotta get
that
in
was
net,
26 feet of water.
buddy. That was a deep one, huh?
Oh yeah. Marked them and dropped vertical right on them.
That is it. Oh, that's a nice
And you
fish,
just
too.
suck that weenie in.
You know, we're doing a lot of different things, folks. The last 3 or 4 fish have all been in different type areas. And this is on a piece of main lake structure that's in 26 feet of water. And Matt, what does it drop off to just a little ways out?
Oh yeah, you're 80, 90 foot, John, about 40, 50 yards out.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you're using your locator to mark the fish on these spots.
You have
too.
to, otherwise you're in no man's land if you don't have your hummingbird down there.
We're fishing Green Lake in Green Lake, Wisconsin. A 1.5 hour drive from Milwaukee, 2.5 hours from Chicago, and 5 hours from Minneapolis. Folks, running a big 2-stroke engine this year, I've really gotten to rely on the Amsoil Hp Marine. This really makes my engine run better, doesn't it, Len?
It does. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes on these particular products, and a couple of the big things to think about is wear protection and detergency. We make sure that there's nothing building up inside that engine. We're also protecting it from wear, because these are the things you don't look at until something happens, so we make sure it doesn't.
And a lot less smoke, right?
Right, that's something that we actually do. We look at trying to produce less smoke. That's one of the major things.
And for more information on both the HP 2-stroke and 4-stroke Marine, you can go to
Amsoil.com.
Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense. Hey folks, John Gillespie here. Don't forget to submit your entry to the Baitmate Fish Attractant Catch of the Week contest. Simply post your image or short video with your fish and Baitmate product used with hashtag Baitmate to be entered to win our weekly prizes. All entries will be submitted for the end of the year summer grand prize, a televised fishing trip for 2 with me, John Gillespie, sponsored by Baitmate Fish Attractants. For full contest details, visit baitmate.com. Hey, congratulations, Mike from Minnesota. He caught this beautiful walleye using his Baitmate. Well, the sun has popped out and we wanted to get out of the wind to cook some Johnsonvilles, but we're gonna try a system here that you try on every lake in Wisconsin, fishing underneath docks in the middle of the day.
Absolutely. What I love about Big Green, Lake Geneva, these big lakes, they have a lot of big wooden docks.
Okay.
They attract bluegills, bass follow.
I'm sitting back here turning the brats and you're catching fish under the docks.
You won't believe this though. This
What?
is a smallmouth under a dock in 3 feet of water.
Well, get them in.
Wow. Look at this.
You need the net?
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, well, I'm busy cooking back
Everybody's cooking. Woo! Look at that.
Ooh,
Under
there
a
you go.
dock. Smallies
There you
under
go.
docks. Come here, big
Get 'em
boy.
in there,
Oh, I
man.
got him. I got him.
No, but normally this is a largemouth deal.
Absolutely. It's wild to see a smallmouth under a dock. It really is.
Well, can you smell those Johnsonvilles?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Nice
Wacko
little-
jig, wacko
Look
or...
at how fat they are here.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. As soon as that sun comes out and you go to the docks, you can see all the bluegills underneath the docks, and that's why they're underneath there.
Folks, summertime is Johnsonville time, even for Cubs fans?
Even for Cubs fans.
All right, well, I got a treat for you today. They cook these down in Chicago, too, don't they? The Johnsonvilles?
Oh, for sure.
What I have for you are bacon and cheddar grillers. These are cuts of premium pork. They mix in their Johnsonville spices, add cheddar and bacon, and they come as a griller, so they're frozen. All you got to do is put them on the grill, 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes until they're golden brown, Henry. They are absolutely delicious.
You can really taste that bacon and the cheddar.
Isn't that good?
That's some good stuff.
Yeah, Johnsonville bacon and cheddar grillers, folks. They're in your freezer section. Oh, there we go. I'm vertical jigging that drop shot right next to the boat there, Matty B. And he just smoked that. Here he is. I mean, not huge smallies, man, but I'll tell you again, they're fun to catch. Nice job on the frable there, Henry. And let's see if I can grab him. And I seriously, man, we're back to the spot where we originally started now. I bet you could stay here all day and seriously rip 20 or 30 or 40 of these things, Be a great place to take a kid bass fishing, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, John, especially with the wind blowing in here. It's going to keep pushing minnows in here, so yeah, you're right. They would bite all day.
And there's got to be just a huge school of fish here.
Absolutely, and there's bait balls everywhere.
Henry, you're just sitting in the old Recon there and relaxing, aren't you?
Yep.
Hey, how was your brat?
It was good.
What do you
Bacon
got?
cheddar.
Yeah, what do you got coming in here, pal?
We got another smallie.
There we go, Hen, right into that. There you go. Hey, seriously, you go up north and fish up in Vilas quite a bit, and I know you catch a lot of smallies up there. But what's nice about this Big Green is it's close to home, and you catch a lot of fish.
Yeah, it's a lot closer, and we're killing them. We're catching a lot of fish.
Yeah, and what are you using there?
I got the
Little
weenie.
The weenie, Galen's weenie worm.
Galen's weenie worm.
You gonna take some of those weenie worms home?
Yes, for sure.
Oh, Matt, grab that frable. Grab that frable, Henry.
It's a good
Two
one.
in a row.
It's a good
for
one.
the big Henry. Ooh, jobber. Way to go, Henry. Okay. Boy, I'll tell you, Matt, pound for pound, huh, buddy?
Oh, nothing better, John. Nothing better.
Let's see. And Henry's really quite the angler, isn't he?
Oh, he's a stick.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. It's
Hey,
a good
Matt,
one.
you're going to walk up to the camera with that one, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really nice smallmouth bass anywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And that was on the weenie again.
Yep.
And no, walk up. Yeah, there you go. And that's a darker fish, Matt. Why do you think that is?
Well, I see a lot of times when they live in rocks, John, a lot of times they're really dark, super dark brown. So there's definitely rocks and gravel in here. So this must be one that lives shallower probably year round.
My mic broke, so I got to go off your mic, and I got a fish on here, Matt. Whoa! Whoa, buddy. Here he comes.
Oh, he's way on the other side of the boat.
Is he really?
He jumped on the under.
We were just switching mics, folks, and I got this fish on here. And let's see, Matty. Here he comes.
Oh man, he's just bulldogging you.
Wow.
What a good fish. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Wow.
Around the talon.
Now I got him. Oh, there we go. Stand next to me and
Good
hold him up. I
fish,
mean,
good
folks,
fish.
that fish just fought, man.
Yeah.
That fish just really fought.
Look at the gut.
And he's not that big.
No, he's a 16 and a half inch fish, but he's built like a tank.
That's what happens when you're changing mics, huh?
Yeah, right.
Well, hey.
Hey, sometimes they say don't shake that worm. Just hold it.
Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2017 Fishing Contest. Marty Proctor of Groveland, Florida is this week's first winner. He caught this 24-inch bass on Freeze Lake on a Rapella. Paul Reth of Jefferson boated this 32-inch walleye on the Peshtigo River on a minnow. Jake Holmstrom of Danbury caught this 53-inch muskie on Warner Lake on a Dotson. Mark Pells of Powers Lake, Wisconsin caught this 33-inch walleye on Eagle Lake on a jigging minnow. This week's kids winners are Gabe Wank of Pewaukee caught this 12-inch bluegill in Waukesha. He was using a little Clio. And Blake Binkin of Amory, Wisconsin caught this 22-inch bass on Deer Lake on an X-Wrap. Our adult winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card. Our kids winners a plain old tackle box. To enter is simple. Just stop in at your favorite Mills Fleet Farm store to pick up an entry blank or go to fleetfarm.com to download an entry blank. Remember, folks, Mills Fleet Farm has everything you need for your fishing trip, including snacks and your licenses. Mills Fleet Farm is your fishing gear headquarters.
Whoever coined the phrase, less is more, wasn't much of a fisherman. He probably talked himself into a V6 when he could have got a V8, settled for 100 horsepower instead of 250, and went home empty-handed when he should have doubled down. Introducing the Solix series. From Mega Imaging to Auto Chart Live to Crosstouch, Solix has all of fishing's most innovative technologies on our biggest screen ever. Because more is more. Only from Humminbird.
Matt, I got something good on here, buddy. Fishing in this wind.
Nice job.
I don't know what it is, but it has some weight. Let me see here, buddy. Been a fun day, folks. This big green's got a lot of fish. I don't know what it is, Matt. It's staying down. Henry's right here to help me. I got it. I think it might be a nice pike. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, guys. There's another beautiful northern. Whoa, whoa. Now be ready on him, Henry. Be ready. Here he is, buddy. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. There we go, pal. Now, but I mean, look at that, Matt. I mean, just a really nice sized pike, you know?
Absolutely.
About 25, 26 incher right there. Again on that jerk minnow. And we got some wind that's really picked up here, folks. So what you're doing is putting the spot lock on just on the weed edge and taking a few casts, nothing move again, huh?
Yep, that way you can throw downwind or into the wind. If you throw sideways in this wind, John, you can't feel good. So always throw downwind or into the wind.
Another one, Matty?
Oh yeah, this one feels decent, John.
Well, again, we've had this wind blowing up on this point all day, and
yeah.
That's a nice one.
Nice fish,
yeah.
nice fish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where is he?
There he is.
Okay, good, good, good.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
That's unreal.
Yeah, hold that fish up. I mean, what, 2-pounder maybe? And
he's 2.5. I mean, these fish are thick.
And I'll tell you, this drop shotting method, man, is a great way to fish, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do too, and I should tell the folks, I've tried different things, you know, the wacko, the jerko in this spot, and haven't done well.
Yep, they just like it shaking in their face a lot of times.
Folks, big old Henry has not moved from that spot. He's just sitting there catching smallie after smallie. You know, that's another gorgeous smallmouth bass, Matt. You know?
It's all good, all good fish.
Henry, now really, are you enjoying your day?
This is pretty relaxing, I gotta say.
Now, what have you done today? You sat in your chair and relaxed, caught smallmouth and ate Johnsonvilles.
It's a good day.
Hold them down here in front of Henry, you know? Hey, Henry, seriously, have you ever used those little wacky worm type things before, those little weenies?
No, these little weenies are incredible.
Seriously.
They really do work really good.
I'm impressed at the number of bites. I really am. And that was the same, Matt, a couple weeks ago we were on Delavan and we couldn't get them on the bigger baits, just those small ones.
Yeah, real small finesse finesse worm, yep.
Matty B, Matty B. I was gonna say, you don't put those in like largemouth, do you?
They pull too stinking hard, John. Look at these things.
You know, how many is that today? Seriously, we haven't filmed a lot. I mean, we've probably caught 25 or 30.
Oh, yeah.
And you think folks come up to Big Green and do this, look for the rocky points, the weed edges, and they'll catch fish. And the average depth has been what, Matt?
I would say you want to focus at that 10 to 20 range, and a lot of it depends on where the weeds stop and start, John.
This is where we started the day, and we should mention that they aren't biting as heavy as they were this morning, are they?
No, and we had to slide down farther. These fish moved a little bit, it looks like.
Here he is. Not bad, buddy.
Chunky.
But again, I think, you know, in talking about Green Lake, and we talked about it in the open of the program, Matt, a lot of opportunities, and this is a close drive from Milwaukee, about an hour and a half, 2.5 from Chicago.
Yep.
Great place to come and enjoy a day of fishing.
Yeah, you have panfish, and you have a ton of largemouth and smallmouth. Obviously, we kind of targeted more smallies today, and when you get on smallmouth like this, you really don't want to leave them because they're so fun and they fight so hard.
Well, here we go, Matty. We just had to move. This is going to be interesting, folks. This one isn't too bad. Whoa, there we go, there we go. Whoa. Yeah. What is really interesting here, folks, we came back to the spot where we started at today, as I said before, and Matt pointed out how this wind has been blowing into this shoreline all day. These fish, Matt, have moved way up from where they were this morning, and again, that's probably because of that wind blowing the bait in there, and that's not a bad bass right there, you know? Matt Bichanich guides all the lakes in southeastern Wisconsin on a daily basis. For more information, give Matt a call. That phone number is 414-331-1681. 331-1681. Hey folks, this Stingray cutting tool is the most convenient and sharpest tool I've ever had in the boat. 30-pound braid, look at that, man, like butter. And you can also trim with this too, Pete?
Yeah, you can trim tight to jigs, lures, and just, you know, it'll actually take the knot off. And again, it'll be, you know, your mono, your fluoro, whatever it is. And on up to my 130-pound test musky line, it's gonna slice it like butter.
And we never have to say, hey Ryan, get the knife.
Yeah, get the knife, Ryan.
The new Acme Rattle Master has a built-in echo chamber with a brass rattle that calls fish in. The body's solid brass too and won't bend or dull, and reflects fish attracting light all over the water column. This 1-2 punch of sight and sound means you make less casts, because the fish come to you. Rip it or shake it for crappie, walleye, northern, salmon, or trout, and experience multi-species action with just one bait.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use. Mark, get him in there. Army tank there, Dale. Oh, there is a big boy. I mean, I just can't believe this, folks. Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're gonna weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know, we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.